So I wanted to talk about Operation Harsh Doorstop, and so there are two questions I think, or two ways. Uh, there are probably more, I'm sure, but I want to focus on two primary ways to judge the game Operation Harsh Doorstop. This is going to be a look at the development build for February 6th, 2024. That's what I've got up right here. But one way to look at it is you could ask yourself the question, is it fun? Well, I find it to be fun. Um, but that's because I'm looking for a tactical shooter. Um, so for me, the question is the same. Is it a good tactical shooter? If it is, well, then it's fun. Now, you might say, is it as much fun as, say, Insurgency Sandstorm? Uh, Probably not, because I find Insurgency Sandstorm to be really fun, and the reason is probably because of the enemy AI. I mostly play co-op, and but you know I occasionally do play multiplayer against humans, and the game is pretty fun in that respect too. But oh, but Insurgency Sandstorm like has all these different kinds of grenades, and the the weapons feel good, the gunplay's great, the sounds are decent. The types of support fire that you have at your disposal are fun. The the objectives are fun. And just the way you can flow across the map in a kind of parkour manner, at least downwardly, not so much upwardly. Like you can't like do like crazy somersault flips up onto upper levels or anything like that, but you can flow downwards from level to level, story to story on the map pretty easily. So Insurgency Sandstorm is really fun, and it's a great, or I'd say it's a great tactical shooter, but it's not a hyper, I don't want to say hyper realistic, it's not the most realistic maybe tactical shooter, which Karma Cut has pointed out, and he's bemoaned the fact that the game doesn't really cater to a hardcore tactical experience, although they've tried to do that with mods and stuff and server settings or something like that, and he's come up with some pretty good tactical experiences, but I think he always felt like he was fighting against the game in order to get the experience he wanted. Operation Harsh Doorstop is just a solid tactical shooter. You could call it like an infantry simulator. It doesn't have a very hardcore medical system in it yet. I think there's maybe a medical system rework in in planned for the future, but its ballistic modeling and its like healing system is sufficient, I guess you could say. It's kind of like anything that's like 7.62 by 51 or 54 may take down a player with one shot to the body, which is that's fairly realistic, I think. And then you might take two shots to the body with like 5.56 or 5.45 millimeter to take someone down. I think that's fairly realistic. Headshots tend to kill, and limb shots may do some damage, but I don't think they often kill a player. So, the ballistic modeling is very basic, but it's realistic enough in Operation Harsh Doorstop. So, judging Operation Harsh Doorstop as a tactical shooter, I think it's very sufficient, and it has been like for quite a while, like since well before the last big update, and since well before the public release. But there were so many naysayers and critics of Operation Harsh Doorstop when it was initially released. Weird. It was like a very weird campaign against the game, even though the game was free. Like, people were expecting it to be a complete game when it was openly advertised that the game was not complete yet. All that you really had in the game, and that's still the case to this day, is an infantry experience. Now, the initial, or the early tactical shooters, like the Delta Force series and Rainbow Six 1, Ghost Recon 1, Rogue Spear, the sequel to Rainbow Six 1, and Raven Shield was a little later. I think there are some others, like, was it Spec Ops, or wasn't there like a Navy SEAL game on the PlayStation or something, which, you know, other people cite those as the early tactical shooters. There was Hidden and Dangerous, which you can get now as for free as Hidden and Dangerous Deluxe. And these were just solid infantry experiences. The vehicles were something you started seeing in the tactical shooter genre with Operation Flashpoint Cold War Crisis, which was released in 2001, shortly before Battlefield 1942, which also brought vehicles to the game. So then, when that happened, the tactical shooter genre kind of opened up from a strictly infantry, an infantry gameplay style, strictly speaking, to a like a mechanized infantry gameplay style. Although I think Hidden and Dangerous did have use of vehicles in it. But to be honest, I never got that far into Hidden and Dangerous because it was kind of a true hardcore tactical first-person shooter. I really wanted to get farther in that game, but I just found it very challenging. Anyway, so if you compare Operation Harsh Doorstop in its current state to those earliest tactical first-person shooters, and that would include the very first tactical first-person shooter, which was Electronic Arts' SEAL Team back in the early 90s, then you would have to concede that Operation Harsh Doorstop is a solid, decent tactical first-person shooter. Now, vehicle integration is in the works, and you can, I guess, already experience it in the form of mods for the game on some servers, private servers, I guess. And I think they've done vehicle tests, on official play tests on the, official Drakeling Labs test server, but I've never gotten to participate in one of those. I've only seen it in video, and it looks like they got vehicles working. So Operation Harsh Doorstop is already, through the use of mods and content that the devs are testing out, it's already at the level of a mechanized infantry simulation, but because it hasn't been released in its official public form yet, I'm just gonna say that OHD is still an infantry gameplay experience, and as that, it is decent, it is solid, it has been since before it was publicly released. A lot of the critics who were like very monkey see, monkey do in their opinions against a free game when it was released, many of them have either shut up with the release of the most recent update, or they have backtracked or apologized for their original assessment. Like so many gamer tubers or YouTubers, they try to establish their credibility by criticizing something. It's kind of like when you want a girl to go out with you, right? And if you're still fairly juvenile or maybe predatory, you run a chick down. You just like criticize her, you insult her, and because you don't want to seem weird, because these days if you're a gentleman and you treat a woman or a girl nicely and with some gentleness, then you're seen to be weird, and chicks are just like, they're used to being abused. It's kind of a dysfunctional British form of interpersonal relations, which it's not really like a mid 1900s American way of relating to one another, but it's something that's come to infect American culture to its detriment. Anyway, it's the same way with consumers. There's a video on YouTube which I wish that everyone would watch it multiple times so that it would sink into their heads. But it says that the title's something like "Everything is great, but nobody's happy," and I don't know, is his name C.K. Lewis? Anyway, there's this gentleman, and he talks about how there's so many amazing things available to us now, but nobody's happy. Everybody's a critic. And that's how, like, Americans seem to have become, especially the younger ones, is that they think that they have to run something down and criticize it in order to make themselves look more superior. So anyway, that's what happened with Operation Harsh Doorstop. is on its initial release, is you just had this campaign of critics who were running it down just because everybody else was running it down. But for someone like me, who had been playing tactical shooters since the genre came into being, OHD was a solid, decent tactical shooter. And so I definitely was not judging it by the same standards, like ill-conceived standards, that the gamer community was. See, originally in tactical shooters, you could play tactically in like Rainbow Six or Rogue Spear in multiplayer, but then like the Quake multiplayer players and the Call of Duty multiplayer players would give like Rainbow Six or Rogue Spear or Raven Shield a try in multiplayers, and they started bringing in the accusation of camper. Well, solid tactics are to take up a superior firing position and to take advantage of the enemy from that position. But the run and gun style of Quake or Unreal Tournament or Call of Duty brought along with these gamers the accusation in true tactical shooters that a player was camping, that they were a camper. Well, you know, you've got hand grenades, you've got sniper rifles, you've got all these different tools at your disposal. Root out the camper. But they want a map style where no matter where you are on the map, there's no place that someone can't come up behind you, which is not realistic. That's a map design that lends itself to run and gun shooters, and it's just not realistic. It doesn't cater to a true tactical shooter. So you just had this kind of like stupidity from actiony, gamey games that was being imported into the tactical shooter genre. And it's some of that, I think, that drives this misinformed, ill-informed opinion against Operation Harsh Doorstop. Blue Drake 42, who has led the team developing Operation Harsh Doorstop, he stated that his intent is to make basically a free version of Project Reality. Now, the title of that project should give you an idea of what he's driving at. Now, as I said, Operation Harsh Doorstop still has some systems that need to be more fully developed if it's going to be able to call itself like realistic. But at the same time, the ballistic modeling as it exists is fairly sufficient. It's not as thoroughly modeled maybe as the ballistics were in Rogue Spear, but one of the problems with Rogue Spear is that you know, you could shoot someone with a pistol caliber, and the damage that's done is the damage done, and there's no progressive damage from that. And like one of the many pistol shots, unless they're in the head or like in the spine or the pelvis, aren't going to produce immediately lethal effects. So the lethality will come with time as the person bleeds out. But in Rogue Spear there was no bleeding out, just as in Operation Harsh Doorstop presently there is no bleeding out. So it would be unfair to criticize this game for that level of simulation if it's something they haven't implemented yet, you know. And it wasn't in Rogue Spear, even though Rogue Spear modeled its ballistics fairly well as far as I know. It just didn't have any sort of progressive damage going on. So I'm just going to show you, like, in single player, mind you, how decent this game is as a strictly infantry simulator, or an infantry-based tactical first-person shooter. So let's try Rizala. Or what we've got, Skirmish. That'll... Oh, there's a lot more. Where are the oh, there's Lamdong. What about... So let's see, we'll do Rizala. So this is playing against bots. So the accusation is that the bots are just aim bots. And while they do seem to respond with accurate fire from quite a distance, it's not impossible to get kills against these bots with a sniper rifle, with 40mm grenades, or ambushing them with full automatic fire. And it's been a while since I've played, so... Oh, this is interesting. Why are Vietnam weapons on here right now? Or is this supposed to be the first Desert Storm? Did they still have M3 grease guns in Desert Storm? I don't remember that. Anyway, so... And the Grenadier doesn't have a grenade launcher unless that's just for... I don't know. Unless that's just for, this is like a Car 15 with no forward... Oh yeah, there's a forward assist on there. Turn the volume down a little.
Mag! Watch my back! I don't see them anymore. Did we get them? I'm loading up! Watch my back, you ready? Loading up! I don't see shit! Bag's empty! I'm reloading! Shut me down now! Right, keep him up! Loading up!
So, true to an infantry experience.
Enemy up ahead! Watch my back! I'm gonna reload!
I can take cover.
You dropped that left side on the field!
I can reload a magazine. I can fire full auto.
Contact! Pressing fire!
And I can die.
One of us got away! Switch your mags! Give me a sec!
there's respawning, which is something a lot of tactical shooters didn't have initially, because this is intended to be a multiplayer game, and on larger map games it became the practice to have respawns because players didn't want to join a match that would last 30 minutes and then get taken out in the first 2 minutes and then not be able to participate for the rest of the game.
Lost contact! I don't see him anymore! I see one! Take him down! I see you, motherfucker! Keep him up, move up! Contact! I lost one of them. Where did he go?
So now we can return to the question, since we can see it's a solid infantry-based tactical shooter, we can return to the question, is it fun? Well, for me, this is fun. I can go into the game, participate for 30 minutes to an hour, and then get out.
Reloading! Watch my back! I lost one! Where did he go? Did we get him?
That must be a friendly.
Getting a new mag in! Contact enemy! Enemy ahead! Open fire! I'm out! Reloading! No me! Visualize! Keep him at bay! We got contact!
So one thing that I don't find fun, which is something that happens whenever I turn to Arma, is long periods of preparation for a mission. as I was saying, I don't find fun long periods of preparation for a match that is ruined by team killing.
I don't see shit! You dropped out of my sight, I'm switching, man! Cover me! I'm reloading!
So, you know, going into Arma, spending all this time gearing up, and then
What have I got
someone team kills you just because they're trying to get laughs, or you lose a network connection, or the server crashes after you spent an hour preparing for a mission. To me, that's not fun. When I can go into this game and get some quick kills in 30 minutes to an hour, I find that fun. And I think it's pretty clear from what I've just shown you that this is a solid infantry-based tactical shooter. Weapon not. Look at that. I actually have to reload my weapon in order to shoot it. I think it was almost a tactical shooter. So the AI seems to be having difficulty hitting me from distance. Although they're cracking all around me. So one complaint was that the AI were aimbots, but they seem to be having trouble hitting me. As I'm using cover. Oh, that's nice. No pistol. 4, so I'm out of ammo. Not sure. I don't have a melee weapon either. So at this point I'll probably just let myself die. Let's see, so I've got 33 kills. Normally I play with a grenade launcher, but there you go. Thank you. I needed that. I'm not sure if I played with the... Yeah, I think I played with the M3 grease gun. What about the M14? I don't want to really play as squad leader, so I'll try the M3 grease gun. It's probably going to suck because it shoots 45 ACP and at a very slow cyclic rate, has a short sight radius. So like some people complain that they have to do all this running in the game, but then at the same time they complain that their spawn is being camped. And part of the reason the spawn is so far back is that it doesn't get camped. But it's kind of up to you to defend. Kind of up to you to defend your spawn point.
Enemy ahead! Open fire! I don't see them anymore. Did we get them?
So one thing they added in the last update was vaulting. And that's something that the original tactical shooters didn't have.
I lost one. Where did he go? Did we get him?
Oh, those are friendly.
Get eyes on target! Make him cry! Let's go!
So, I mean, it's a solid, decent, tactical first-person shooter that provides you an infantry-based experience. That was, the use of vehicles was not originally part of the definition of a tactical first-person shooter. Nevertheless, Operation Harsh Doorstop has already provided that, and intends to do so in a public release in its next update. So, personally, I had fun doing that just now. You know, it might not be your cup of tea. Maybe you need rank progression. Maybe you need, you know, Steam achievements. Maybe you need Xbox Live achievements. I don't know what your thing is, but for me, someone who played the original tactical first-person shooters, this is fun. This is decent. This is solid. This is sufficient. It's acceptable. Anything that's added after this is gravy. You know, is dessert. So, let me give this M14 a try. And the galling thing about the critics is that they originally told Blue Drake, "Oh, dude, if you don't like it, make your own game." So then he decided to make his own game. They said, "You won't be able to make your own game." And then he made his own game, and then they said, "Dude, this game is trash." These people who haven't made their own game are calling it trash after they said he wouldn't be able to make it. So it's shown you just some of the game. I mean, the thing is, it's not just this desert warfare stuff. It's, you got Vietnam maps, you got World War II maps, you've got World War I maps, you know? I mean, and the playstyle is different on, like, each of those maps. Because with Vietnam, you've got lots of concealment from all the greenery, the foliage. World War I, it's like trench warfare. World War II, it's kind of, I think it's set,
I don't see him anymore. Did you get him?
I think it's set in Italy, you know, at Monte Cassino. Then you've got Desert Storm, and then you've got the Global War on Terror, you know, so it's like you're getting like, except for the fact you've only got like 1 or 2 maps for each genre, right? You're kind of like getting 5 games in one, all for free, you know? And, like, who else has done that? But then people will rag on this game and say it's trash. when they're getting it for free. I don't get it, dude.